This is our show Relevant Rizal at the UP Vargas Museum. Canvas is an organization that promotes Philippine art. This exhibit is part of our Looking for One program that explores the use of art in the social setting. This is our third year to have a Looking for One show, and this one is in time for the 150th birth anniversary of our national hero Rizal. We asked a lot of artists, I think about 100 maybe, or at least 80, to submit works of a certain size. They can be 60 by 30 or 48 by 24, and just to reflect on Rizal, his life, his works, and see if he is still relevant today.
I'm Monito Torres. Ang title ng work ko is No Limitangere, pero it's about pamamaalam ni Rizal kay Maria Clara. Nagbasa ako more about Rizal, mas nag-research ako deeper. So ito, yung story about Rizal, so mas marami akong naisip, na-explore kung ano yung mga thoughts niya, ano yung mga iniisip niya during the time na ginagawa niya yung pyesa about Noli, isang eksena. So, tingin ko, ito yung interpretasyon ko kung ano yung, paano niya na pinipicture yung isang scene na yon.
It's about really giving Rizal, putting him in the limelight, no? And it's really significant. I mean, the occasion is really significant kasi we're celebrating the sesquicentennial, and then we're actually trying to find out more about our Lolo Jose. And I think the youth right now should greatly benefit from this because they're actually getting new perspectives. I mean, new ideas. Who this guy from our textbook is all about. I think there's this hunger or thirst for knowing our roots talaga, how we came to be free as a country, as a nation, how we are as a republic.
It's the 150th birthday of Jose Rizal, and this is part of the celebration, and so we wanted to see what are on display here.
I've been a
fan,
a follower of Rizal because of his ideals.
My name is Michael Vincent Manalo. I created the understanding the relevance. I'm trying to put the relevance of Rizal in today's culture, which I don't see anymore since most Filipinos usually tend to go Western. This is called a digital mixed media. So I used a camera to take pictures of some places, and then I put these things on the digital canvas. And then some of these I painted. This image tries to relate the relevance of Rizal with the water being the rising level of Rizal being erased from Filipinos. Most Filipinos tend to just rely on media, right? It's like they are being tied on a string in society.
We are here because we have a puppet theater, and this is an example of a marionette. It's a very artistic presentation, and if I can afford it, I'd like to buy it. It's Sisa, the dance of Sisa.
I think there's a diverse opinion, and also in the manner of how they say it visually and also with their statements. Say for example, I like the painting behind me because it's about Rizal, and he talks about in his statement how there's still much to be done, and it shows, the piece shows how nationhood is still something that is ongoing. I mean, nation building, and we all have a part in it. While other pieces of art here show how Rizal is an icon and how he can be looked at in different ways.
This is an example of a very industrious and dedicated person to his motherland. And no question about it, is the ideal man without corruption and which we now see around us.
Nagustuhan ko yung letter niya sa ni Rizal sa hiliham sa kababaihan ng Malolos. Kasi doon ko nakita yung mas detailed na knowledge niya sa Bible. Yung pagbatikos niya sa mga frailes. Tapos kino-compare niya yung Bible, yung mga doctrine sa Bible sa dito sa mga maling gawa naman ng mga pare. Yung sa process ko sa pag-paint, ang gusto ko kasi traditional talaga ang process. So talaga ginagawa ko yung yung sa Venetian method. Tapos gumagamit ako ng mga pigments na similar sa gamit ng mga old masters. Mga cobalt, cerulean blue. So, mas gusto ko kasi yung traditional na masters. Kasi mas tumatagal siya. At saka mas nakukuha yung brilliance ng mga pigment.
I'm Daniel Aligaen. Ang title na work ko is Indio Immortal. Nakakaasar ang mga Kastila pero nakakatawa kasi immortal na si Rizal.
I kind of liken him to more of a religion, right? Because like these people, some people are very much devoted to a religion. They worship this religion, and they get their self-confidence from that religion. So it's like that with Rizal, kasi you're thinking of him parang as an emblem for ganito, being a revolutionary, changing the world, changing everything. So why not just focus on yourself? Kasi the more you do that, mawawala yung mo sa self mo, parang your self-confidence. At first, I was having some hesitations to join because primarily my work is not much pro-Rizal. This show is celebrating Rizal's heroism, diba? So parang my works are a bit against him. I was trying to convey a feeling of, because black is very prevalent with my works. Parang it's a feeling of void, a feeling of uselessness. Diba, parang that's why it's dead stars don't burn. Because when a star collapses, it turns into a black hole. So it doesn't shine anymore, but instead, it consumes everything near it. It's just that with people who worship him too much, parang they should see more of themselves than worship Rizal.
Rizal is different. It's a very creative, very dedicated, and practically one of the painters compared him to Jesus Christ. Probably because of what he has undergone. No? Not only is Rizal presented in the traditional way, he is also presented in many modern and challenging postures.
There is a lot of thought about him, what people think of him in this time and age, the youth especially.
I'm a writer of the Versatarian Circle section. Actually, it's a part of our article. It's our article the Looking for One exhibit, I learned to appreciate more, and I wanted to appreciate our identity more as much as these painters do.
We all know Jose Rizal as the national hero, but who was he really, and what is his relevance to present time?
Hanggang ngayon, very relevant yung mga batikos niya. Kasi yun kumbaga universal yung mga sinasabi niya sa kumbaga yung Bible. Hanggang na yun, end times na yun.
Relevant pa si Rizal? I think not. Sobrang para saan pa? Okay. Thank you Rizal, pero tapos na yung panahon niya. Parang ganun.
He's our national hero, so I think he is very, very, very relevant. And then, like they said, I'm a writer, so I agree to what people say, that a pen is mightier than a sword.
Siguro if I could go in a different perception, well, he is relevant today, relevant enough because he inspires people, especially the youth, and yet like the guys who organized this show. Yeah, so he gives them inspiration. Though I just kind of hate that most people idolize him too much.
Oh, he's still very, very relevant because of the existing conditions in our country. So his message and his life have become very, very relevant to our present situation.